And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my most anticipated films of 2021. That's right, 2021 is here, and it's going to be a very interesting year for films, hopefully. And that's because not only are we going to get 2021 released, that we're, planting their flags way in advance before everything happened in 2020, but we're also going to be getting the films that got delayed of 2020 to this year. So it's going to be a stacked year, and hopefully everything goes well. That way we can watch these movies rather, either in theaters with masks, of course, whatever, and of course at home safely as well. So let's talk about the films that are coming out now. Some of these movies are in this list, and my honorable mentions are going to be for films as well of last year. However, those movies did not come out last year. That's why they're coming out this year. That's why they're going to be a part of this list. So if you hear a movie here that's like, wait, didn't that come out already? No, they did not come out, unfortunately, because honestly, this list would be just 2021 focused movies that were supposed to be coming out just this year alone. But unfortunately, what happened of 2020 backed up everything, so here we are. So let's start off this list, shall we? And I'm going to start off with my most honorable mentions. I'm going to go from bottom to top, meaning bottom to being like excited to the very top, which is my very, very most excited films. Number 8, I have Marvel's The Eternals. That's right, The Eternals. We have The Eternals coming out, and it's going to be a prequel kind of a movie where it's set in the distant past of what happens when the Celestials first meet, I guess, human people and give them powers and all that. So I'm not too familiar with the Eternals characters, but I know a couple of it. I'm not super knowledgeable about it, but I am excited for it as well. Another comic book film at number 7 that I have, and that's Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, I'm familiar with it. I'm very excited as well about this. We're gonna get the Mandarin, the proper Mandarin this time around. Although we did get the Mandarin the last time, but that was Tony Stark's version, but that doesn't count. We're going to get the real Mandarin, the 10 Rings as well. So this should be a very interesting film when it comes out. I'm looking forward to see how Marvel handles this character. And it's going to be, I believe, an all Chinese cast, so that's going to be cool. And if you don't know who he is, he's kind of like Iron Fist, but he's kind of like Bruce Lee of the MCU, so that's going to be very interesting how the fight choreography is and all of that works. So, and I can't wait to see how that they make the Mandarin even better. Hopefully they make him great. At number 6, I have Free Guy. Now, Free Guy is supposed to be like this virtual reality world where a guy played by Ryan Reynolds, he lives in a virtual reality world, but what happens when he starts having feelings and things start happening, he starts falling in love with some girl who's playing the game, and everything happens to him. Kind of feels like Ready Player One, but with more fun to it. So that should be interesting. At number 5, I have Coming to America 2. This was gonna be in my most anticipated list, but since how this was, they should have announced this years ago, I figure, why not? I'm still curious about it. Love Eddie Murphy. The little teaser we got was funny. I'm very excited for it. Cannot wait to see it. So that's number 5. At number 4, I have Dune. Dune is basically a remake of the original Dune. It's kind of like Star Wars meets Mad Max, meets a whole bunch of combination stuff. You have Devon, I forgot the director's name, directing this film. But yeah, this should be very interesting. The trailer came out, looks very good. I haven't seen the original Dune in a long time, but I'm still excited for it. I might have to watch the original film just to get a refresher course on it. At number 3, obviously, is Top Gun. Top Gun might be a lot of fun, because not only the fact that, first of all, this one was supposed to come out 2019. Unfortunately, due to Tom Cruise's very ambitious nature of doing his own stunts, apparently he shut down the production because he wanted to learn how to fly a jet his own way, not have some stunt double do it, and he wanted to learn, so he pushed that back. Then, of course, what happened in 2020 pushed it back again. So here we are, Top Gun. I'm very excited for it. A little too late for this film as well, but we'll see how it does when it actually does come out. But there's another movie that he has coming out that's going to be my main list, so you might know what it is. That I'm very, very, very excited for. At number 2, I have Snake Eyes. Yes, Snake Eyes. Now this is the Snake Eyes from the G.I. Joe franchise. This is supposed to reset it in a soft way, but giving us the actual story about who is Snake Eyes, how he became who he is, why will he stop talking some weird way. This is supposed to be a refresh of the G.I. Joe franchise and hopefully a better version. And, you know, even though I like the original 2 G.I. Joe films, and supposedly that if this works, it's supposed to not only kick off new G.I. Joe movies, but also cross over with Transformers. Who knows, but we'll see what happens. And of course, number 1 honorable mention has to go to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is actually one of my favorite video games of all time, besides Resident Evil. I love the original 2. Annihilation is still my favorite video game movie of all time. Yes, I know. How can I like that movie? I don't know why. I just love that movie so much. And I'm very curious to see what they're going to do here. They say we're going to get real fatalities in this movie. So, that sounds amazing. If we get the action, if this movie is going to be like really hardcore rated R, and we're going to see like spines getting ripped off of people's bodies, that's going to be so amazing to see on the big screen, if, you know, we get to see it on the big screen. But yeah, so my honorable mentions are The Eternals, Shang-Chi, Free Guy, Coming to America 2, Dune, Top Gun 2, sorry, wrong, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Snake Eyes is number 2, and number 1, Mortal Kombat. So there you go. Now on to my most anticipated films. I'm going all the way to the bottom. I have 13 here. This was hard. This was actually really hard for me to do because there's so many good movies, and I didn't know what to do. At number 13, I'm going to start it off with a Disney film, and that's Cruella. That's right, Cruella de Vil is getting her own movie here, played by the brilliant Emma Stone. And we all love Emma Stone. She's amazing. She can do pretty much any role we can think of. And she's going to crush this role. Can't wait to see her be bad. Normally, you know, this is going to be very interesting to see her play this character. Not only because Cruella is a very evil character in her own right. Emma Stone's a very sweet, kind, generous woman. Naturally, of course. But to see her play a villain, I cannot wait to see how she turns this all around. This is going to be like a punk gothic kind of thing. Apparently, this is going to be when Cruella becomes who she is, you know, learning her trade up in the whole fashion industry, how she gets obsessed with fur coats, especially Dalmatians, and maybe this will set up a future 101 Dalmatian movie, you know, remake movie with her in the lead. So hopefully she crushes it. At number 12, it's a video game movie that might be coming out this year. That was supposed to come out last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. That kept getting pushed back. And that's Uncharted. Uncharted is a cool adventure, Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider type of video game. And you have Nathan Drake, played by Tom Holland. He's going to have a big year this year. He's got a lot of movies coming out this year. But, yeah. He's going to be in this movie. He's playing Nathan Drake, a young Nathan Drake. I know it's kind of weird that he's going to play a younger version, but you know what? That's cool. I like him as an actor. I think he's really, really good. And just by seeing the pictures of him in character, looks really great. So, hopefully this could be the greatest video game movie that ever came out, behind Mortal Kombat 2. Just kidding. Anyway, but we have to wait and see what happens with this one. And of course, number 11, I have Black Widow. Marvel's Black Widow. Yes, I have it so low because I'm not a huge, you know, I'm not super excited for it. It's because we don't really need it. That's why I didn't even put Justice League in my list, because honestly, that's a direct-to-TV movie and I'm not counting that. So that's why that's out of the list. But Black Widow, it's MCU. It's Scarlett Johansson. We all love her. We all love her very, very much. And we want to see how she becomes Black Widow anyway, even though we don't need to. Even though they really, spoiler, they killed her off already. But, you know, what's the point of going backwards? Instead of we should be going forwards. But, you know, whatever. I'm very excited about this. still excited to see what happens and what's gonna happen moving forward after this movie. So maybe we'll get some kind of clue about it in you know, after credit or something. At number 10, I have The Conjuring 3. That's right, The Conjuring 3. This was supposed to come out last year as well. Fortunately, it couldn't come out. Who knows what the Warrens are going to be up to in this movie, but should be very, very interesting what's going to happen. The last time we saw the Warrens, they were fighting Annabelle for the first time. We got to see how they got Annabelle. Annabelle Comes Home. That's basically a sequel to how the Warrens get the possession of Annabelle. So who knows what the third Conjuring is going to be about. Maybe after the events of the second film in London. Who knows? Maybe it's another sequel after Annabelle prequel. Who knows? But I'm looking forward to it. Cannot wait. At number 9, I have No Time to Die, James Bond. That's right. Daniel Craig's final run as James Bond. It's finally here. Almost here. Don't worry. Almost here. It's going to be here sooner. Hopefully soon. Cannot wait. I'm very excited, very sad that this is his last movie, but he's been the best Bond we had ever since maybe Sean Connery, may he rest in peace. But yeah, I'm excited. Love James Bond. He's my favorite James Bond right now. My second favorite is actually the Bond that I started watching was Pierce Brosnan, so that's number 2 for me overall Bonds. But yeah, it should be very fun. At number 8, I have Morbius. Jared Leto is going to be playing Michael Morbius. Michael Morbius, a very famous Spider-Man villain. Not only Spider-Man, but he's also faced Blade in some, you know, comic books as well. So this could be very, very fun and very interesting. And who knows how this is going to shape up the Spider-Verse universe or whatever they're going to call it moving forward. Would he fight Venom one day? Would he end up, you know, if this is in the MCU with Spider-Man, is he going to fight Blade? You know, Mahershala Ali's Blade is going to be coming out soon. Would he fight him in a future film? Who knows? But the trailer looked really cool. I'm excited. So, yeah, number 8 is going to be that. At number 7, I have Godzilla vs. Kong. Yes, I know. Godzilla, Team Godzilla all the way. Godzilla's going to win this fight. I know he is. Because King Kong is awesome. But, he's just a monkey. He's going to be, he's just a giant monkey. That's cool. But Godzilla's a freaking mutated lizard. Okay, he ain't losing this fight, and if he loses this fight, I think, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, or they might just end up being a Batman v Superman-us with the two of them teaming up, and then something about Godzilla messing with Kong's mom or something. They'll do something about that. Who knows what's gonna happen here? But Godzilla should be winning this fight, and I can't wait to see the two of them duke it out. It's gonna be great. At number 6, I have Venom vs. Carnage, or Let There Be Carnage. Venom is going to fight Carnage, people. We're getting Carnage live action. I cannot wait to see this. Tom Hardy is back. We're getting Woody Harrelson is going to play Carnage. I can't wait to see what he looks like. I really cannot wait. And having the whole R-rated thing. Hopefully this is rated R. I don't know if it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But still, it looks great. I can't wait. There's no trailer yet, but we need it. I can just envision it in my head of what this movie is going to look like. But that's number 6. At number 5, I have Halloween 2. That's right, the new installment, the 2018 re-installment of Halloween. Michael Myers is back to take on Jamie Lee Curtis and her family. What's going to happen in this one? Who knows? I love the Halloween franchise. Mine is that third one that never comes, you know, doesn't really count because it doesn't have Michael Myers. The Season of the Witch does not count. Don't even count that. I like the original remakes that Rob Zombie did. I love the Halloween franchise. He's my favorite horror serial killer. I like him better than Jason. Does that make sense? So, yeah. Sorry. I do. I just think he's cooler. At number 4, I have Mission Impossible 7. That's right. Mission Impossible 7. Who knows what kind of ridiculous stunts Tom Cruise is going to do this time around. But it should be a blast. And cannot wait to see that. That's gonna be great. Now, the top 3. This was hard. This was hard to do because I wanted to switch 2 and 3 so much. But it was too much. At number 3, I finally decided to put this as number 3, and that's The Suicide Squad. And if you've seen that fandom trailer, you know, sneak peek that we got from fandom, DC fandom, whoo, I can't wait. There's so many things, and we're getting a spin-off of one of the characters, and we haven't really seen this character, and that's John Cena's The Peacemaker. if they already greenlit that thing, that means this movie must be bonkers. So yeah, you got James Gunn helming this film, and it's gonna be crazy. This is gonna be the Guardians of the Galaxy that we wanted to see in Suicide Squad. We got in some ways, but not really. I still love that movie, but you know, this can be better. Plus Harley Quinn, yes, more Harley Quinn for me, all day, every day. And number 2, speaking of John Cena, might as well put him as the villain with Charlize Theron, and that's Fast and Furious 9. That's right, Fast and Furious 9. Been waiting since last year to find out what the heck happened to Han. How is he back? If you haven't seen the trailer, look up the trailer. It's amazing. John Cena playing the, you know, Dom's brother. How is that even possible? Where does that fall into the storyline? How does that tie into Han being alive? Which, how is he knows Charlize Theron? So many questions. And of course, the stunts in this movie is probably going to be more ridiculous than Tom Cruise doing his things. But who knows? It's a game of the crazy stunts. That's what this year is going to be about. And of course, number 1 has to be the one, the only, the Batman. That's right, the Batman. I wish. No, I wish. Unfortunately, the Batman got pushed back to 2022. But what can you do? Hey, crazy year. But what can you do? At number 1, I have the one, the only, the friendly neighborhood superhero himself, Spider-Man 3. Listen, we have no idea how this movie is gonna be. The ending of Spider-Man Far From Home was crazy, okay? Just that ending alone. Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man Homesick, whatever they're going to call this movie. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Man, I'm telling you, this movie could be crazy. Could be awesome. Could be totally horrible. All the villains they put in this movie. For all we know, we got like 6,000 villains in this movie. We just don't know. All we know is that Jamie Foxx is back as Electro. We have the actor who plays Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2 coming back. There's rumors that Tobey Maguire is back in this movie. Andrew Garfield, Kirsten Dunst, Emma Stone. Before we know, Bryce Dallas Howard is in this movie too. They're trying to get Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin here. Michael Keaton could come back in here as Vulture. Who knows what's going to happen in the Spider-Man movie? We just don't know. For all we know, Miles Morales is going to pop up in this movie. And this is going to be truly the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse live-action movie. And it's going to be crazy. But I'm super excited. For all we know, Matt Murdock can come in here, help Peter clear his name. She-Hulk herself can be in here. They already got the actress playing her before she sets up in her own movie. And yeah, there's a lot of things. This year is going to be great. So at number, let's see, let's go back to number 13. I have Cruella. At 12, I have Uncharted. 11, Black Widow. 10, Conjuring 3. 9, No Time to Die. At number 8, Morbius. 7 is Godzilla vs. Kong. 6 is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. 5, Halloween 2. 4, Mission Impossible 7. 3, The Suicide Squad. 2, Fast and Furious 9. And of course, number 1, Spider-Man 3. Or whatever they want to call it. It's just going to be lots and lots of fun this year. And I cannot wait to see what happens to these movies. And what's going to be the best. What's going to be the worst. It should be a fun year. I know I should have put, you know, the Snyder Cut and, you know, all that stuff. But those are already automatically HBO Max stuff. It doesn't count. It wasn't going to go in theaters. And if it does go in theaters, it doesn't really matter. Because honestly, I'm still going to see that on the HBO Max anyway, so it doesn't really count for me. And I know Cruella is going into Disney Plus too, but still, it's Cruella. So and it's Emma Stone. I have to put it there. So yeah, and plus I wasn't very excited for the Justice League thing anyway. So because that movie is 3 years old, we don't need another one. Anyway, that's my list. I hope you enjoyed it. A little long video, but yeah, what can you do? So leave me a comment below. Let me know what your most anticipated films are. Honorable mentions, most anticipated. Are you excited for any of the movies I mentioned? What are you looking forward to this year? I mean, there are a lot of movies not only that I haven't even mentioned. There are lots more. You know, you got The Quiet Place 2. You got a whole bunch of other movies. You got a lot of Oscar contenders for all we know for next year's Oscars, plus Oscars of this year coming out, which I'll have to get ready for reviews if I can find any of those movies. But yeah. It should be a very interesting year. So I hope you guys stay tuned for more and stay, you know, we can keep in touch about this, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much, and have a good day.